what's going on, Evercade? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Evercade. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a bit of a weird system that I personally would like to see come to Evercade. Now, for those of you who have seen the thumbnail and actually know what the system in question is, it's the Super Akan, which was a Taiwanese game console, which was based on a lot of the similar technology and the same chipset that was used in the Sega Mega Drive and Neo Geo consoles back in the 90s. And obviously, it had a short lifespan from October 1995 to April 1996, so there weren't too many games released on this platform, and some of the games that were released on the platform were games like Boom Zoo, and you had Speedy Dragon, you had Adventures in Africa. There's a few other games. Obviously, the system didn't really live long, so it only had about 12 games released that were actually finished on the system, with them promising around 30 games within the first year. That obviously never happened. So there are, 18 unfinished games, I guess, that could be potentially picked up and finished for Evercade, but we're going to focus on the ones that are actually finished and were actually published. Now, could we see the games run on Evercade? Now, that's probably possible. It runs on a lot of the same software that was used, on a lot of the same components that was used to make the Sega Mega Drive, and the Mega Drive runs quite well on Evercade. There's about 60 to 65 Mega Drive games that run on the Evercade systems. So running the system wouldn't actually be much of a problem. The problem would come down to licensing the games, because a lot of out of the 12 games, most of them are held by unknown entities who, from what I've seen, probably won't license their games to Blaze. However, 5 of the games are owned by Pico Interactive. Now, Pico Interactive has released several cartridges on Evercade. They're currently up to 4 with 2 Galaco arcade carts and 2 home console collections. But Pico have made a tweet about a month or two at the time of making this video, basically saying, "Hey, we've acquired the rest of 5 Super Akan games." They didn't say what the games were, but I personally sent them a tweet going, "Hey, you got 5 Super Akan games. Can you bring these to Evercade?" And they're like, "Well, it comes up to Blaze and Evercade." Which, personally, I'd like to see these games on Evercade. We don't even know what these games are. So they could be, terrible, shovelware games, or they could be something that's pretty entertaining, like Speed Dragon or Boom Zoo or whatever. And personally, I would like to see them, because obviously it's game preservation. First of all, we get these games on a modern system, on actual cartridge, and people can still buy them. You can throw in other games from Pico's library on that collection as well. Hey ho, everyone wins. And also, it exposes these games to a new audience who never got to play these games, because remember, Super Akan was a Taiwanese game console that was only released in Taiwan, so it'd be logical to try and expand the profitability of these games from Pico, because they probably spent thousands to acquire the rights or whatever, so they could actually make some money off them by licensing Blaze and selling them on Evercade, and then port them to Bleem, which is the new store they're supposedly doing, and they're porting their games to other consoles. So it all comes down to licensing and what's actually owned. And I know people will be like, "Oh, I want the other missing 7 games," or they've never even heard of the system. And those could be possible in the future if it's discovered who owns the rights to all the remaining games, or Pico buys the rights, or whatever. But as of now, the 5 games that Pico owns are the ones that are most likely to be acquired by Blaze Ace for licensing deals. And I think it'd be logical for Blaze to actually license these games to kind of preserve a bit of history. No one really talks about, because no one ever talks about Super Akan, because of how obscure it is. Because a lot of the unsold consoles were dismantled and had the parts sold off to other companies to try and make some money back for the company who produced the system. So, would I like to see the games on Evercade? Yeah, I think getting some of the games at least would be huge for the system, as well as the fact that these games are quite obscure. They probably wouldn't cost a lot to license, and one of the publishers that have worked with Evercade have obviously, own a vast number of games in that library, so it is possible, and I do think it could happen. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Would you like to see Super Akan games on Evercade? Would you not like to see those games? Let me know all that stuff in the comments down below. Leave a comment down below what system you'd like to see Evercade add system emulation for next. Or do you think they should focus on trying to get native games? Leave that in the comments down below. I've been Evercade. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm signing out. Peace.